Hello, Dr. Tolchinova here again, and again I help you to do your to check your homework, or maybe someone will find it useful to do your homework if you haven't done it yet. So here we need to simplify surd, which is a little bit looks inconvenient. You have a fraction under the third sign, and so what you have to do is you need to write this surd of this fraction as a fraction of 2/3, like this: square root of 1 over square root of 4. Square root of 1 is 1 and square root of 4 is 2, so that's the answer. Okay, and you do the same with every surd here. So let's check how you did it. Okay, square root of 1 over 9 is equal to, that's perfect, okay, square root of 1 over square root of 9. Okay, now square root of 1 is 1, square root of 9 is 3. Absolutely agree with this. Square root of 4 over 25. Could you please make sure that you write this surd sign of surd straight to the end of the fraction? So what I mean, if you need to write 4 over 25 and it's all under the surd, you need to ensure that your surd is also as tall as your fraction. See, because it's absolutely possible if you would have very different fraction, for example a fraction line, and you would have here 25 in the denominator part, and then you would have square root of 4 in the numerator part. Square root of 4 is 2, and here is we have 25, and let's compare with this expression. Square root of 4 over 25 is square root of 4 over square root of 25, and then if you will take the square roots, you'll get 2 here and 5 there. So if you see these fractions, they are not the same. So therefore, could you please make sure that your sign is long enough and it goes all over, covers the entire fraction up and down, and also covers the entire expression. All right, so here we see this root is equal to root of 4 divided by root of 25. Root of 4 is 2, root of 25 is 5. Perfect answer. Agree with this. Square root of 81 over 36. This is square root of 81, correct? And this is square root of 36, which is perfect. Square root of 81, actually, don't know where it comes from, but what you should have is square root of 81 is 9, and square root of 36 is 6. What you should do instead, I would, so basically what happens now, you've got fraction and you obviously want to simplify it. So you see that both numbers are divisible by 3, so you divide by 3 top and bottom and you get 3 over 2. So that's what was achieved, but I do really want you to have this step 9 over 6 before 3 over 2. Okay, please don't skip it and don't use your calculator. It's cheating if you're using your calculator. Okay, the next one, square root of 49 over 121. You split it into 2 thirds and each of them produces a number. This one produces 7, this one produces 11, and so you have your fraction and it is correct. Square root of 100 over 64. This is correct, this is correct. Okay, but this answer, before you get this answer, I would like to see one more step. Square root of 100 is 10. Square root of 64 is 8. Okay, and now what you have to do, you have to simplify this, because as you see, numerator denominators, they share 2 as a common factor, so you can simplify this fraction further. If you wonder whether you would lose marks if you give your answer in non-simplified form, of course you'll lose 1 mark. You have to simplify fraction. You have to do it all the time. All right, so you simplify this fraction, divide by 2 top and bottom, and you get this correct answer. Square root of 18 over square root of 200. Again, I need to see how you got this answer. So if you've got something like this, you need to go back and you need to do it properly. Square root of 18 can be simplified to 9 times 2 and square root on top of that. 9, when it goes out of square root, it becomes 3, and square root of 2 remains, and square root of 200 is 2 times 100, and 100 goes out of square root, and we're getting 10 roots of 2. Okay, now we'll replace square root of 18 with 3 roots of 2, and square root of 200 is 10 roots of 2, and now we have 2 common factors, root of 2, so we divide by square root of 2, top and bottom, and we're getting 3 over 10 as our answer. Before this answer, you must include workings out, substitution, cancelling down, and only then final answer. Square root of 2 over 25, this is right, and this is right. Square root of 25 is indeed 5. Square root of 2 remains as it is. You can't do anything really. The next one, 108 over 147. Okay, obviously that's not enough. That's lovely, but that's not enough in your examination to show that this root is 6 over 7. You have to do detailed workings out, otherwise it's not good at all. So what we will do, we'll do detailed workings out. We will take 108 and square root, okay, and we'll simplify it. 108 is, what is the biggest? Perfect square is a factor of this. I'm not sure, but I know that I can divide it by 2, so I will write 2 times and 54, right? But then 54 is divisible by 2, so I will say, okay, I will take one more 2 as a factor. So I had already 2, and I will have one more. 54 divided by 2 is 2 times 27. Check, 2 times 27 is indeed 54, okay? So now I'm ready to answer this question. 2 times 2 is 4, and 27 is 9 times 3. So you know what I can do here? I can write this root as root of 4 times root of 9 times root of 3. Root of 4 is 2, root of 9 is 3, multiplied by root of 3. Now 2 times 3 is 6, times root of 3, 6 roots of 3. That's the answer to this. Now 108 is done. Now we need to do 147. I don't know yet which perfect square goes into this number, but I have seen that it's divisible by 7. I see it clearly. We have 14 and 7, right? So we can divide by 7. So 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 7 divided by 7 is 1, so we've got 7 times 21. But 21 has 7 as a factor, so therefore I have 21 written as 7 times 3, and 7 times 7 is 49, and taking square root of 49 gives me 7, and square root of 3 is square root of 3. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to replace our numbers here with what we've got, and then we'll see how cancellation will go, right? So we have, finally, we have 108 over 147. That's the step, that is the last step that I was happy with. Now we need to change square root of 108 to our simplified version. We need to change 147 with our simplified version, and then we need to cancel down common factor. So what now we have? Finally, we have 6 over 7. Here we are. That's correct answer, but not acceptable in terms of workings out. Okay, let's do now question I. Square root of 27 over square root of 64. Again, that is not that easy as it looks, although you have not as difficult as previous example. Square root of 27 is square root of 9 times 3, and this is square root of 9 times square root of 3, and square root of 9 is 3 times square root of 3, so we have 3 roots of 3. Okay, now we'll replace now square root of 27 with 3 roots of 3 and square root of 64 with 8. They have no common factor, 3 roots of 3 and 8, so we'll leave it as it is. And now finally the final question J. Okay, we have square root of 98 over 121. So okay, that is square root of 98 over 121. Okay, square root of 98 has to be simplified further. It's divisible. This one is divisible by 2. 2 times, and 9 divided by 2 is 4, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So okay, so this is 2 times 49. This can be written this way, and square root of 49 is 7 times root of 2. That's it. Okay, now going back to our expression, we'll replace square root of 98 with 7 roots of 2. Square root of 121 is 11, and that's basically it is, because our numerator and denominator, they do not share any common factors, so that is already definitely simplified version, and it's done finally. And that is not enough, you have to show workings out. Okay, so that's the final bit, and the exercise is done. Thank you for listening, and thank you for working very hard. Well done.